Hi guys, girls, NB pals, all the other ones, because there's too many, but people, welcome. This is an indie game that's in my backlog on itch that I haven't played, but I have installed. So, we might play the whole thing here, or we might do another part if I can remember that. So, let's get into this. Not all of us remember what it's like. Ah, yes, I'm actually gonna do voice acting this time like I do sometimes. I actually did a lot in specifically, I remember these two videos and for most of this one, which is funny because this one that's up with the thumbnail on screen now, I was doing it at like 4 a.m. and I stopped towards the end because that was seriously hurting my throat with the voices I was doing sometimes. But yeah, not all of us remember what it's like. Oh yeah, I already said that. That's what other people in Natura tell me. But I can. The night on which I was born, I can still remember the glee I was filled with at the thought that I would make this new world mine. I don't know why I switched personality there. Just thought it was funny. But is that quite right? No. Just no. This world, it didn't become mine at all. How disappointing. Instead, that night, as I sought for my freedom, I became more trapped than I could have known. Plus was the night before Christmas, is what I thought. That's what it made me think it was. Plus was the night I was unshackled from the chain onto which I was bound. I cast aside the conductor who'd borne me. Man, when I do these, I do a lot of hand gestures that you guys aren't seeing. Oh yeah, my webcam's also not plugged in. I mean, I've technically done a face reveal. Not on this channel. I might have done it on the community tab on my main channel, maybe. I definitely posted it to my socials, and I've been posting fake because pretty much like before I was not comfortable for the longest time, but as I've been socially transitioning it, I can actually look at myself now. That's actually one of the reasons. So I'll put whatever the most recent photo I have, or at least a pretty recent photo, up here now. It's there. Okay, anyways, that night I did something terrible. It's too close to home, and we will not talk about that. But yeah, didn't I? It was late. There's music now. Let me just turn up the OBS recording side of it. I can also turn it up in the edit. It goes to a separate track. Just wanna also turn it up in the settings. I just don't want it too loud for me, but there we go. Yeah. They say you're supposed to turn off the lights before you sleep, but this kid had them on. Makes sense. Perhaps for some comfort, but it was useless. The bags under their eyes showed the truth. It was the same routine every time I gained consciousness. In the light, the shadows just grew longer, drawing them to what was coming. However you pronounce this. Yeah. How? That just made it worse. Oh, I keep bumping my scroll wheel, which lets me do that. They're not supposed to turn off the lights for this. Okay, yeah. The scroll wheel, I keep bumping the scroll wheel. So, drawing them to what was coming. That just made it worse. It's you again, isn't it? Please, please, just go away. that garbled mess, I approached. My fits were slow, lethargic. Inch by steady inch, the kids watched me waver and shift. And squirm. Jesus. They always pushed their eyes shut as if they could somehow stop it. But when they do that, I simply call upon some MacGuffin. And my brain completely lost the joke. I call upon the power of the 7 Chaos Emeralds. There we go. We got a joke anymore. The fear of sound, the fear of pain. You see, I have the fear of pain, but also, since I'm a music artist, I feel like I have to choose this. Children have this fear. Fear of thunder far off and stormy skies. Well, you see, unlike most children, I kind of like thunder in stormy skies. I find it calming, but I'm also insane, so I mean, see if that's how that speaks. But yeah, they fear being stuck in the train. Well, that specific scenario is scary, but actually the train sound is fine unless I'm right there on the rails. Then it's not fine. Or being caught in the path of a far noise as it came close. Now that specific situation, that's a bit scarier than just the noise itself. What are you doing? It matters not how tightly their eyes may close, or how hard they muffle their ears. The noise is inside. Ooh, their head. And then I became a robot. Got it. They immediately freeze up, trying to steal their breath, pretend as they're already dead. I mean, I'm dead inside, so I mean close enough. Oh. No matter, I can still feel their warmth, their connection. And so, there is no escaping me. I'm gonna wait in silence. No, like literally, this right here is exactly what I would do. I relax, waiting to pounce the moment they show a hint of life. The kid continues trying to play dead, but it proves to be to no avail. I already know they're still there, trembling with fear. I was almost there, almost free. I'm so close. I can feel it. Just hurt them, keep hurting. Why won't they let go? Let go, let go. I mean, what? Won't they? Oh, 1 sec. I'm just gonna just do that. Just let go of their the fear. Oh, that's. You know what? This noise again. I slowly absorb all of their angers, fears, anxieties, and weaknesses. Can you please do that to me? Like, please, please, I beg of you to just do that. Please. And I am given a new, glorious form. Yes, I improvise sometimes, okay? So shut up. I think it's fun. Their name. Wait, this isn't right. What was their name? Why can't I? Why can't I remember? Failed. In an instant, the world around me darkens into nothingness. I hear a quiet, faint voice. This looks like a spot I should save at least. The noise can't hurt you. Blank. Mom? It's just a nightmare. Don't worry. It's slowly passing. You'll forget about it in the morning. Or would it be so simple for me? This child's connection is one way and cut away from, one that's allowed me to be my own being. But now it's been refined and puzzle that I'll never feel whole again. I feel so empty. I felt so very. Is this how this dream ends? Is another nightmare to wake up from and forget? There more? And can there be more? I have realized. And prologue! Oh. My journey begins in the waking dawn. They slowly ease into consciousness, begin to feel the sensation that I was forgetting something. That's an alarm clock sound I'm very familiar with. Snapping awake, I slam the alarm clock snooze button in an instant. Yeah, it's a very annoying sound, but it does get me up. Most of the time. Sometimes, like, it always wakes me up. Does it get me out of bed? Not all the time, but it sure wakes me up. It's one of those sounds. My entire body is alert. The shock of it remains for a brief duration. I take stock of my surroundings. Oh no, oh no, oh no! I'm gonna miss my flight! Oh, never mind. False alarm. Thank God, okay? I don't have to worry about leaving for another hour. I should be fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Then I close my eyes again. Wait, no, actually, I do have to leave right now. Like, right this very instant. I have to leave. Immediately jolt out of my bed, feeling the thud of my feet on the carpeted floor. My fluffy chest feels free, loose, and heavy as it bounces in tune with my footbeats. My legs tremble still. My heart races, hoping I didn't wake up housemates with this racket. I seize my phone from the nightstand. 2 a.m. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. Assuming the taxi doesn't run into much trouble with traffic, I'm gonna arrive nearly 20 minutes late. Oh, geez. Geez, I think the house was set up or whatever. Well, okay, the flight leaves around 7:25 and I'm still around 3 hours to kill by the time I get to the gate. But who knows? Anything could happen along the way. Yeah, they usually do. It's usually never that fun, but you know, they do that. They do tend to do that. Security could take longer than it should. I could get lost, have trouble finding my gate. And what if the train inside the airport breaks down? Yeah, good question. Ah! Yes, that's how I make that noise. We do not question it here, okay? You just don't worry about it. I guess that. I was not expecting it to go exactly in that direction. That's great. I guess should stop worrying. I guess I should stop worrying and mumbling so much, but jeez, I just can't help worrying. Feel you there. I continue to be a mess. Sane. Okay. Let's think about things one step at a time. First, I gotta grab my suitcase. We gotta wait for the taxi. And finally! It'd be perfect if I did a real yawn then. I gotta... There's a real yawn! Though not a big one. Get some sleep. Bell. Wake me up when we get there. 45 minutes later. Felt like I slept for hours. Just trapped in a strange dreamscape. Subjected to many visions my mind has been meaning to unleash. But I can't even remember Any of it, any semblance has faded away in mere moments. Oh well. As I wake up, I take a small glance at the taxi driver, who hasn't said a word since the beginning of the ride. But I didn't need to hear any words to see my destination. Luna Skyport, flashing brightly on the monitor. Very brightly, you know, like casino levels of brightness. Not even casino levels, villain's super duper very hidden secret lair levels of bright side. But it's not very hidden. I tuck my fur lightly and brace for an 8-minute ride. I'm here in good time. Yes, very good time here. Here's a clock. Why is there a clock? I don't know. I usually come up with the jokes, and then editor me does the jokes, or sometimes editor me comes up with the jokes just by hearing the stuff I say. Editor me is great, you know. Me in the future who has to edit this is probably just like, can I just be done already? It's just future me. I swear. I rush in to check in to immediately do just that. Check in for my flight, making sure my suitcase is packed properly as a carry-on. Yeah, this is what I would go. I've never been to an airport by myself. I'm usually with somebody that helps with this stuff. But if it was just me going on a plane, which I might do at some point in my life, when I go back down to Oklahoma, I might be doing just this. This is basically how I'm feeling. It's gonna be great, I swear. It's gonna be very great. Adrian, correct? That is so eerily similar to my dead name, but different enough. But also close. Ah, yeah, that's me. Am I clear to pass? Yes, allow me to check your bag. You better not have any bodies in there. Oh, fuck. I hand the handle agent my suitcase. After they weigh and tag it, they place the suitcase onto a large conveyor belt, where it quickly disappears from sight. Thereafter, they quickly pull their attention back to the computer and print out my boarding pass. Here's your boarding pass. Your gate is D7. Okay, I keep... The scroll wheel, I just keep accidentally... Yeah. Oh, thank you. The next step is to successfully pass through security. Without even starting, I tell you this is going to be a trial. Every early morning flyer, tiresome bane in my way. They're just in my way. Why do I sound like that? Why did I sound like that for that? I have no idea. It's gonna be great. The line's fairly slow, and my tapping foot gains speed as I grow more and more restless. With just a small backpack remaining, all I have to do is place my phone and game system into a separate container, and I'm good to go. Well, except, please step into the scanner, please. Fuck, they're gonna see the bodies. Alright. I enter the scanner and pull my hands up, and as soon as the scanner's camera passes by me, it glows red. Fuck. Sorry, but can you give us another 30 seconds? We need to run the scanner again. Well, wait, did I do something wrong? Well, are you by any chance still carrying any electronics? No, just no. No, just this one. Please hand it over to me. Oh, oops, sorry. I suppose you couldn't tell underneath all that fluff. Better hope you aren't traveling to a hot country. Yeah, you better hope. I'll think I'll be okay soon. Thank you. Security pass. Now it's... Now it's time to head to my gate. What was it again? B7, right? Well, I even remember what it actually was. The 7 is definitely correct. It's the D7. I checked my 40 pass as I head off to the B gates, and immediately swivel my head, start wait, hold up. I swear it said D7. Hold up. Editor me. You know what to do. Good thing I checked. I nearly headed in the completely wrong direction. So I was right. Okay, editor me. You don't have to do the thing. D7 is in Terminal 1, which I need to get to via the train. Crazy, right? Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. They make me crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. They make me crazy. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. But there we go. That's like a Metro in there. Well, it's definitely cleaner, faster than Metro back in the area. Cool. Taking a small water break. You guys should go drink water now. I will bother the like 1 or 2 people watching to go drink water. Because I just did. Okay. Yep. It's hard to keep balance as the train speeds up at an unimaginable pace, but thankfully, by the time I started to fall down, I managed to stumble out of the train and head towards my terminal. 5:42 a.m. There's a lot of time to kill before my flight leaves. I probably shouldn't have been so worried about being late. But I guess that's the kind of person I am. I'm always anxious and nervous about everything. Yeah, I kind of feel that. Setting up a trip like this was nearly impossible without Riley's help. Plopped down on a chair next to it before immediately realized I could get some kind of breakfast. You know, I need to eat some food. Yeah, probably do that. Get food. Looking like a fool, I get back up and bolt towards the terminal map. Yeah. Yeah. Now, where should I eat? Meow Wow Chow Max Pretzels. This has meow in it. And as a cat girl, I am obliged. I head over towards the store and order the typical Meow Wow Chow. Simple breakfast of toast, sausages, eggs, and fries. Honestly, besides the eggs, it sounds good. And to people who like eggs, who likes all these stuff, including the eggs, it probably sounds good. I'm just not the biggest egg fan. It's a texture thing mainly, not really a taste thing exactly. Well, somewhat a taste thing as well. Depends. Depends on how you cook the egg. Like scrambled eggs, it's a texture thing mostly. But also, I already don't like the taste of eggs too much as well. But I think some the texture is way worse than the flavor. But for the most part, it's the taste thing. Eating noises. The sandwich starts to fall apart as I try to take massive chunky bites out of it. Yeah. No, it does that. This feels like a curse, but I prevail nonetheless. I smash the sandwich into an unnamed gob successfully. I head back to the gate, feeling refreshed and ready to go, immediately checking my phone's clock. 6:20 a.m. Still roughly 1 hour to kill. I wonder if anybody's online. Yeah. Also, while I'm at it, I'm gonna see if I can... Well, I guess I can't do that in the middle of recording, but it looks like it's fine. It looks like just how the game's being rendered in window mode. You'll see the big black border. Because there actually is a black border. What I mean is, like, there is letterboxing, right? It's in Windows. There's letterboxing here, and over here. There isn't on the top and bottom for me, but you guys have that for some reason. You might not see it in the edit because I can crop it that out and get it. So I'll probably do that. I can just see that on the OBS screen over there. Wonder if anybody's online. Cool, Riley's on playing Dragon Pest 9. Right? Yeah, that's... No, that's not 9. That's 11. Dragon Pest 11, because it would be Aya. It would be the other way around. Would be 9. Earlier this morning, Dragon Pest 11. Was it Dragon Pest 11? Let me go pester him. Hey. You caught me, didn't ya? I did indeed. So, you got your situation situated. That it... Yes. I am currently waiting for my flight to leave in, like, 2 hours. Excellent. How's the new expansion of Dragon Pest? Sorry, I can't take that name seriously. Oh, it's pretty good. They really stepped up the writing for the main story, and the new classes are fun. I like how he added a bunch more U's. It's supposed to be more like fun, like that. But you know, I'll join when I get home. Don't worry about it. You've earned this trip, man. To me, Cuba City is like the kind of place that's just fun to walk around and waste time in. Awesome. But in case that sounds like a terrible idea to have that to you, I have sent that doc I made on the cool, sick locations you can check out. One... Yeah, I know. I don't know what I really want to do there besides play games, buy stuff, and especially eat the food. Man, is that all you should do there? Okay, there's some cool historical stuff and such that you should also do. Historical stuff? Well, history is so interesting, but they make it seem so boring in school. History in school is so boring, but history as a hobby is... As a hobby, it's great. In school, they make it boring. But, you know, video games. Yeah, I'm playing one right now. Hey, give me a cool figure if you see one anywhere. Any specific series? Nah, just give me a whatever. I'll probably know where it's from. I put my phone away, making a scrambled up face. They generally wonder if Riley's screwing with me. Then again, he pretty much knows everything anime, which... More power to him! So he's a weeb. Canonical weeb. There's a canonical weeb in this game. I love that. I checked my phone's clock again, pulling it out of the pocket right after taking it out. 7 a.m. Time to line up for boarding! I made case to the line before checking the monitor, realizing an inevitable terror. Almost read that as error, because I forgot to see the T error, terminal error, that YouTube channel, and also an error in my terminal, which I do not have a screenshot of. Thank God, though I have had those before. Also, for those of you who don't know, I might have mentioned this. I definitely mentioned it somewhere in the second StarCraft video that I was on Linux. Never mentioned how long it's been. It's been like 3 months, I think, since I fully switched over. Just gonna be fun. I know I probably mentioned it in the community tab because of some stuff. It's gonna be great because there's this one game that somebody, like one of my Instagram mutuals made, right? I played. But it's technically a Windows only game I played, but you know, Wine and stuff. This actually has a native Linux version, but the other game I'm talking about hasn't. Now I'll have the video thing up here, right? So, but I've gotten set up running in Wine very well. I know when I go record that, maybe tomorrow or later today, I will explain what my Wine setup looks like. Because I know you can get Wine on Mac as well, because it's POSIX compliant. And I know one of my friends uses Mac, has this like front end for it called Whiskey that she uses. So yeah, but you know, it's like not a lot of people on Mac know about Wine. Though it works with Mac as well, because it's POSIX compliant. It's not completely POSIX compatible because of Apple's stuff, but it's technically compliant, which meaning you can run wine on it, and you can. But like, if you're on Linux, you know about wine and Proton. Even on Steam Deck, you definitely know about Proton, which is based off of wine. You probably know about Proton if you've had to mess with the compatibility settings at all. But if you never had, that's great, because it's not always fun when you have to do some stuff. But yeah, so if any Mac users watching, I think you probably know how to set up wine. You'll still have the problems because of Mac hardware limitations, but you'll be a lot less limited in your game library than even Linux can be sometimes if you don't do it. So it will help with those, because it's a compatibility layer, so there's going to be issues with doing certain things. But like, you can... I have to use this now all the time because of, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Flight boarding has been delayed till 7:40 a.m. So now I have to stay standing for another 40 minutes. Great. 7:10 a.m. I put away my handheld console after feeling cramps in my soft hands. 7:20 a.m. The line gets longer, and I realize leaving it to sit down is a bad idea. 7:30 a.m. My legs begin to feel incredibly stiff as I feel like I'm petrifying into a stone statue. 7:39 a.m. And then flight D.A.W. is now ready for boarding. The line's moving. Oh. I enter the plane looking for my seat, 29F. It's very far back. I trudge through the massive line for 5 straight minutes before finally heading towards my seat. I stole my backpack and plop down, gearing ahead for the long trip that I'm about to make. We can hear a mic intercom pick up, and the flight attendant begins providing the service announcement of the morning. Okay, how many more of these do we have? Okay. I'll probably just overwrite this one. Good morning, everyone. We're sorry, but it'll take an additional 20 minutes before the plane takes off. Please head to your assigned seat as soon as possible. A translator that provides the same announcement in a foreign language. Japanese. Because, yeah, if it was just the kanji, it would probably be Mandarin if it was just the kanji, or whatever they call it there. I just know. But because of the kana, like, this is hiragana. There's definitely hiragana that I recognize. I don't know a lot. I think this one's called Nope. That's, like, the only one I can remember the name of. Some of these might be katakana. I just don't know a lot of that. Like, I recognize, like, some stuff that's definitely probably hiragana. That's the thing, that's still kanji. So this has got to be Japanese, because it's got, well, first it's got this, but it's mixing these together, which is kind of what they do over there. Though, it having katakana would be out of the question. So I'm going full linguistics nerd here. Let me have my linguistics nerd moment here. But, like, if there was, because it's saying the same announcement in a foreign language, so if there's any foreign loanwords or stuff, they often write those with that specific system. And then, yeah. Technically, they have 3 systems actually used. There's a 4th one. Technically, they don't really use it. I think it's, like, Romanji or something. Like, it means, like, Roman, because the Roman alphabet, it's, like, Latinized letters, which is useful for learning language if you use the Latin alphabet in your language, like English, for example. Yeah, there. I want my linguistics nerd. So we'll go. Anyways, welcome on board Skyline Flight 2LV, bound for Kumo City. And then it says that in Japanese. That's what. Yeah, it's Japanese. As I said, I nerded out about it. Because at first I'm like, well, there's definitely kanji, so it could definitely be Mandarin as well. And then it's like, see my, like, kana, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's Japanese. This is probably Japanese at this point. My name is Tor, and I am your in-flight service director. Your cabin crew are here to ensure you have an enjoyable flight to Kumo City. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And this is almost all in kanji. Actually, I'm pretty sure that this is all kanji. That has some of that kana, though. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I can't read that. I think... I'll go check. Editor me will probably might put something on screen to see if, like, the dev is Japanese or somebody who knows the language worked on this. Because I can't speak it, so I couldn't, like... Can't even read most of any of that. Like, I don't even know the not kana. I mean, I don't know that either. I don't really know any kanji at all either. So, yeah. I begin to doze off, futilely ignoring the request to follow the safety instruction videos. The plane's instructional video blares, simultaneously educating about flight safety, and also promoting an upcoming activity about an 8-legged high school student going on a trip. The instructional video finishes. The plane starts moving, and then accelerating. And then off. It goes. It's punctuated like that, so I kind of have to pause it like that, because that's how it's punctuated. Noises. My eyes are shocked away, wide open. We're now off the ground, and the inertia of takeoff carries my entire body back to the seat. That is what it does. I have been on a plane a couple times. More than a couple times, but a decent amount of times, but it's not very often. The plane then stabilizes, and I hear a bing sound. A kid gets off their seat and starts running straight to the laboratory, which is the bathroom. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's what that is. I try to sleep out of the flight past night. I'm pretty tired, so it shouldn't be too hard, right? I have tried sleeping on a plane at least twice that I can remember, if not more, because they were like late in the evening, especially the first time. That like the earliest time that I remember, like it was like late evening, like early morning. I can't remember. I think we were flying out of California. I think it was a very long time ago. And the other time was when I was flying back from Oklahoma, and it was at like 6 Central Time, right? Because we're in Oklahoma. We're flying back into Salt Lake. I don't live in Salt Lake. I usually when I fly, we fly out of Salt Lake instead of my local airport because if we want to fly almost anywhere, you'd probably either go to Boise, which is capital, Idaho, or down to Salt Lake. So we're flying out of but that's still mountain time. So we go, and time zone stuff, and then we're there, and it's like 7, 8. And then, trying to sleep on the plane towards the end, I think. Maybe. I think I didn't try to sleep on the plane. I can't remember, but, that was a late flight, and I probably wanted to sleep. But that was a while ago when I went to Oklahoma that one time. Yeah. Ah! Can you please stop doing that? Oops, I accidentally scroll-wheeled again. Sorry. It was hard, and I am still very eepy. Yes, I said eepy on purpose. Shut up. I'm not sure how long I was out, and I feel even more exhausted than when I closed my eyes. Sorry. But I guess I can take up my handheld console and play some games I've been meaning to catch up on. That's literally the game I'm playing right now is one of those for me. Play One Step from Eden. I don't know. This one. Hybrid between Within Bullet Hell and I wonder if this is based off of any specific game. I'm almost certain there's at least one indie game like this. I choose to play Noise, a hybrid between rhythm and bullet hell with an intriguing narrative presented in the style of a visual novel. I mean, okay, it's not exactly Paper Lily. Like, Paper Lily does do the story in the style of a visual novel. It does do that. And it does have a bullet hell combat. And the way its bullet hell combat system works, would work very well for a rhythm game. So it's not necessarily a rhythm game. Actually, there might be some rhythm. It's been a bit. I'll have to go rewatch some of my Paper Lily Chapter 1 stuff. Because it's not in the prologue called Project Cat that I played many years before when my username was still, I'll pop that old one on screen. Like, that was my username, right? On almost everything, except this channel. This channel has been named Zulta's Stash since the very beginning. So it's always had that. So, like, there's literally, like, a video that I put Zulta in the title, but the original stream did not have that in the title. Had the other, because of everything else. You can kind of see where it changes by looking at, like, the Ko-Fi stream widget. Because this channel used to just be stream mods. And then I guess I did a few pre-recordings here and there. Like, it wasn't a lot. I think I did like a Deltarune one because I made a mistake when trying to do Snowgrave, so I went back and fixed that in a recording. And I did, I think, a couple other recordings. And then I did the Indigo Park one. And I just started doing a few recordings. And then the first horror game marathon that I did for content, because I already did it myself. I was trying to do a horror game marathon during that time. It was the first time I did content. And then I did like the 2 videos a week schedule during that. And then, yeah, and then I kept doing that for a bit and then took my big break and now I'm on the 1 video a week. And when I do the horror game marathon again, I guess what my plan might be, I'm definitely going to do at least 1 pre-recorded video a week, and then I'm thinking of just doing the stream for the other video a week, so I can still get through a decent amount. So, yeah. We'll figure that out when October comes. Yeah. I spent nearly 7 hours trying to do that. Whenever I can go back. I spent nearly 7 hours trying to get Ending C, the game's final ending for now. Requires making the right choices to avoid getting sent to Ending A or B, yeah. I know Paper Lily... Oh. Because I had those streams, I should probably put, like, the playlist up here in the card. Because that has the prologue that I played, Project Cat, a while ago. And I'm pretty sure Chapter 1 came out while I was still in that one mental hospital that was there for a while. That's probably when Paper Lily came out, or maybe it came out a bit before then. I just wasn't caught up for development, but I think it might have. I'll get the release date up here. It probably was, but I played it a bit after I come back. I have 2 different streams on that. Those are both streams. The VODs are here. I remember the 3rd one. I spent a lot, because I'm just bad at bullet hell, and so and the final boss was pretty hard. Like, I wouldn't say it's super hard, but I'm also bad at bullet hell. But like, so I got better over time. But like, yeah, I'm just already kind of bad at bullet hell. And like, I think the original stream was like 8 to 11 hours. I chopped down a decent amount of that battle. You know, like I showed parts, but I like cut around certain parts and skipped to certain parts. And so it's like, I'll put I'll have the exact time up here, but it was a little under 5 hours after cutting all of that. Not just that, but some other things, but a lot of it was that. Pretty good game. Just saying. It's like, definitely recommend you would play that yourself, but or you can watch that. Though it's all free. Project Cat and Chapter 1 are both free. And I think, yeah, but Project Cat is on Steam now, because when I played, I was playing it off of Itch. But in Paper Lily Chapter, but you can get both of them on Itch, I'm pretty sure. Chapter 1's also on Itch. Right? So yeah. I'm just saying, it's like, the description of this game is similar, but like, it doesn't necessarily, I mean, like, I have to go check, but like, it's the way it does bullet hell would work very well for rhythm because of how the bullet hell is set up in there. Like, I'll play a small clip probably over right after this ramble and then go back here. I'll probably in the edit put, hey, you can skip ramble. But like the battle system, even if it's not actually rhythm, would still work. Just how the grid-based bullet hell is set up. It's very rhythm focused. Like it would work very well as a rhythm game. Like that's just the bullet hell section will work as a rhythm game. So a lot of it is learning the rhythm because you got to memorize the attacks, and you can kind of see them coming and like. So honestly, wouldn't be surprised if that actually is a nod to specifically Paper Lily. Because Project Cat didn't have any. Project Cat was just like the story. And actually, I remembered after, towards the end of that Paper Lily stream, I did like show Owl, one of my friends who was there at the stream, the Project Cat, which was the prologue that he hadn't seen anything from. And then I went to, and I did go and rewatch my Project Cat VOD. And towards the end, it does hint at so I kind of have a because it has different like rituals, right? So in Project Cat, you already have the stuff set up for the 3 classrooms ritual, and you're waiting, and that's what you do there. And that one is definitely that ending is. Oh, that ending is something in Project Cat. It's like 30 minutes for that, so it's not that. It's pretty small, good prologue. But towards the end, you find different letters about the different rituals. Honestly, at this point, I might just go make a theory video and put that on my second channel. I have too many channels, and my second channel was actually literally I called the second channel because it was the second one that I made. But that one's pretty much everything, like whatever, like because my main channel's done a few things. It was just whatever I felt like, and then I moved that. That's basically what my second channel is now, and it's also at the. And my second channel is also like, oh, I want to do this new thing. It's just going to my second channel if it's not going to fit on anything over here. So I put that, and I did it. So I started gaming on my main, and I did a few gaming things before making this one. So like this also just works as a gaming channel now. I do some pre-recorded stuff. This is the only channel of mine that actually has consistent uploads, and it's ever had consistent uploads. Because even before I did pre-recorded videos, I was on like a loose stream schedule. So you know. No, the VODs will get set over here. But yeah. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a nod towards Paperlike. I don't think this is the same dev, but if this is a nod towards Paperlike, I mean, like, it would fit. What they're saying would fit. Does fit Paperlike pretty well, except that, I mean, the rhythm game one kind of fits, because the battle system would still work well as a rhythm game, and it's definitely very rhythm-like. So, yeah. Feels like it might be a nod towards Paperlike. But at least I'm gonna hang up the gameplay, yeah. And there's multiple endings in Paperlike, and I've gotten one of them, so. I might try to get the others myself, or like see what I need to do to get the others, and go get the others myself, probably off camera. So at this point, honestly, just doing this ramble, I'm like, I want to make a Paperlike lore video now, because it mentions the bus ritual, which is what you do in chapter 1 at the very beginning, and I mentioned some other ones as well towards the end of Project Cat, right? Because they do, and it's like, okay, so my guess is like the other chapters are going to focus on those other rituals, and there's the shadow creature who I called a bagel, and specifically when I was doing the chapter 1, because the bagel joke broke, it wouldn't exist back when I did Project Cat. I'm not explaining the joke. There's a reason. If you know, you know. But I called like, there's a couple different shadow creatures that I like, but there's this one towards the beginning, and that appears towards the end of Project Cat. And there's some other parts. I'm like, there's connections I can make. So it's like, honestly, I think it would be fun to make a game theory style video for Paperlike with what's out now. But yeah. Was this feeling before the flight? I attempt to fight my slow descent into unconscious, but it's a hopeless struggle, as some come to it and knock out flat. 15 hours later. Ding! The first thing I see is the seatbelt light turning on. I'm just gonna... Also, look at this. Look at the UI style. Like, I love this. Well, no, actually, the first thing I see is Semitic Go Crows magazine tucked into the seat in front of me. But yeah. But then my eyes are drawn to the seatbelt light. I try to get my bearings and look around, seeing everyone awake and having tea. A flight attendant comes towards my aisle seat. Excuse me, but you haven't received your complimentary snack. Oh, ah. He tosses me a bag of chips. Oh. Thank you. Oh, you are very welcome. Say, aren't you one of them nightmares? Yeah. You could say that. Ooh, I don't know too many of them. Does it feel weird going from being a lump of clump of somebody's fears and anxieties, and you're branching off to become your own stubby little person. I mean, yeah, she's right. I wouldn't describe myself like that, though. Yeah, that's a way of saying it. Like, creators are generally referred to as conductors. They say fear is like music, and anyone that sees their feels so clearly as direct into something real is as skilled as a conductor or something. Interesting. And yours, they really must have something to make a face as darling as yours has been. A little bit. I think they're in Kumo City. Oh, so is that why you're flying to the city? Oh boy. Are you both like friends, or are you planning to hop over with a surprise visit? So I'm just a bit curious of a curious creature. I don't mean to pry. Oh, I see. Just a simple trip? Yeah, just a simple trip. I see. She seems doubtful of that answer. Anyways, Kumo City is a lot of fun. There's so many places to visit, like this cool place and that cool place and this cool place over here. So don't worry about having nothing else to do there, kiddo. She takes a huge, gigantic again, breath to catch up with her excitement. Gigantic, huge breath. What'd she plan on doing? Maybe you want to, What'd you plan on doing? Maybe you want to see them animate. What? Well, gotta go back to my station. It was so nice talking with you. Enjoy the rest of your flight. She walks away and leaves me by myself. With that conversation out of the way, I pull my sights towards the window. The treacle night sky paints over the bright lit city. My plane ride is finally over. We'll be lowering altitude now. Please buckle your seatbelts. I shake in excitement as my ears begin to pop again. Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, yeah! Hey. Chapter 1. Taking flight. Oh, that's the end of the chapter. I think that's what it does. Yeah, because there was the prologue, then it shows the title at the end of it. That's kind of how it feels. Interesting. Because taking flight, we're in the plane. But that, folks, is where I'm going to end this. So, bye.